Hello and welcome. My name is Darren Foster from inthetreeshealing.com, and this powerful meditation is designed to assist you with releasing negative thoughts and negative emotions that you have been carrying around for a long time. And in most, if not all meditations, visualization is key. There are two types of visualization, active and passive. Active visualization means that you will be taking part in the visualization process and carrying out spiritual physical acts. Passive visualization is detached viewing, where you will only be creating and viewing the scene that you visualize, and you will actively not be taking part in carrying out physical acts, but will be transported to a scene where you will watch and view and gain further insights. Sometimes you will experience physical energy when you are actively visualizing. This is the case in this exercise you are about to do, so find yourself a nice quiet place to sit and ensure you are wearing loose-fitting clothes and that you will not be disturbed for a period of time. This exercise will be predominantly longer than most, so you can really feel the difference in your energy. Now ask yourself to be surrounded by the white light. And see this white light encircling you and creating a protective field around you. Now take a deep breath in and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on your in-breath, and the same on your out-breath. Now everyone has different lung capacities, and one person can only count to 4 and another may count a great deal more. The point is that you should be taking these breaths and asking yourself to relax every time you breathe out. Now see yourself standing in a room that is dimly lit by several candles that offer a warm, comforting glow. In the front of you is a large oak door. Notice how solid the door feels, and see a large brass handle on the door. Turn the handle and open the door, and walk through and ensure that the door is closed behind you. Stand for a while and look around you, and turn around and ensure that the door is closed behind you. Walk forward and note that you are in a beautiful forested area. There are trees surrounding you and plants in all shapes and beautiful sizes, and you can hear birds singing and observe that the flowers here have some of the most spectacular colors you have ever seen. You look beyond and see that there is a path that leads to a majestic mountain, and there is a spirit animal waiting for you to accompany you on your journey. And this spirit animal can be anything you wish, so trust the first thing you see subjectively. Notice that your spirit animal friend is guarding many bags of worries and fears that exist from your lower self. And these fears and worries are what you have been carrying for a long time. Walk toward your friend and show them some love. You are grateful to the spirit. He is there for you, and bags are everywhere, and you have to carry them with you spiritually, just as you have done all your life. Notice these bags are so heavy that they almost buckle you, but you have to carry them. It's not about strength, it's about your inner chains of bondage that you have created and have kept you prisoner for many years. You are beginning your journey, and you realize that you have done this to yourself. Those bags that you are carrying are so heavy, and your heart is full of sadness, but you cannot get rid of them yet. Your spirit friend cannot help you either, and can only comfort you as you walk along your path of despair that you have created. You are tired, and your bags are heavy, and your body cries for rest and peace, and you nearly collapse under the weight, but your spirit friend urges you on. Not long now, all things will get easier, but you are starting to climb the path higher and higher, and your burden is heavy. Your spirit friend cannot allow you to drop your baggage, for you must see it through and carry them farther up the mountain path. Don't worry, you are almost there, your spirit friend tells you. Just when you feel there is no end in sight, you notice that the path begins to wind along a single track on the edge of the mountain. Something is different. As you look over and realize that you have come so far and traveled so high, but as you look over the side, you notice there is no bottom. There is no ground. There is only a vast nothing. You turn to look around at your spirit animal companion and discover he is gone, yet in his place stands an older man. He is wise and has beautiful long white hair. He smiles and introduces himself to you. He is a spirit person who has come to show you that you have the power to change. He asks you to drop your bags and separate them into one line. As you do this, you notice that they are marked with words. One bag is marked fear. One is marked worries. One anger. One abuse. One suffering. And the last one, unforgiveness of self. Your spirit guide asks you to throw each individual bag over the edge and let them go so that you may be renewed. He asks you to think of each one. He asks you to show it love and say a blessing telling each one that you no longer have use for these emotions and negativity in your life on the earth plane. Picking up the bag of fear, you begin to visualize the fears that have existed in your life and that stop you from progressing along your spiritual path. You know how heavy it has been. Your fear of taking leaps of faith, your fear of what others think, and all of your fears of failure in this bag. Now, throw it over the side while blessing it for serving its purpose. How much lighter you feel inside excites, and the bag has gone over and fallen out of sight. When it drops out of sight, you can see beautiful white doves as they fly up from where your bag has fallen, and they fly off peacefully in the distance. Smiling, you take a second bag marked worries. And as you hold it, you begin to see all those thought forms of worries. The worries that you are not good enough, or the worry that you do not have enough, the worry how others perceive you, the worry that you will fail at anything you do. Again, you throw this bag over the side and it disappears from sight. You see that more doves have been released and again fly off peacefully in the distance. Now you feel happier and know that you are lighter in spirit and your body rises slightly from the ground and you are almost floating, yet inside yourself still has a little way to go. Knowing what to do next, you pick up the third bag marked anger, and you see how your anger has affected others, and you see how you have wasted so much energy being consumed by your emotional anger, knowing that you had a simple choice not to get angry. And you feel that you do not need this anymore, for it is energy that consumes and destroys. Once more you throw the bag over and become free and happier. You have risen so much now that you are not limited to physical form. You are floating in midair, taking two bags now, one in each hand, one of sorrow and one of suffering. You awaken to the negativity that has surrounded you, and you see that your actions, speech, and thoughts may have caused suffering to others, and as a consequence, cause much sorrow in the hearts of others. You also see how much suffering at the hands of others, and offer a blessing that your prayers may open their hearts. Throwing your bags over the side, they immediately morph into millions of flower petals as they fall all over. You know the energy has now been transmuted, and you feel light and airy, happy and joyful, and know only of one task that remains. Your spirit friend now picks up your last bag and hands it to you. He knows this is the most important bag that you need to get rid of. Inside it carries a lifetime of unforgiveness of self, which in reality is self-abuse that you may have dished out on you at all levels. No matter what you have done or what you have gone through, this is the most important bag that you need to discard. He tells you that when this bag of abuse is gone, you will no longer suffer from it. You have to say a prayer of forgiveness, not only to anyone that has hurt you, but also to forgive yourself for any negative thoughts you have had about you. And this is the hardest thing for you to do. With one last heave, you throw the bag of unforgiveness of self and let it drop into the nothingness below. Expecting to see the most wonderful group of doves flying upward, your spirit friend smiles, and in an instant you hear a cry of an eagle fly. He flies up near you and almost bows majestically towards you. The magnificent eagle now flies away in the distance, and you know that all is well, and you have achieved so much and are now lighter than ever. As you turn to thank your spirit friend, you notice that he is gone. No one is there, yet you feel amazingly light and no longer have the burdens of life. It is now time, as a new beginning, to begin your journey back down the mountainside. Beginning to walk down slowly, you are immediately joined by the same eagle that you released. This eagle is the spirit of universal love and flies slowly beside you. You both enjoy the beauty and majesty of universal harmony, and you realize that this is the dawning of a new era. The dawning of a new era and a new you. Going down the mountainside, you feel rejuvenated, and soon you come to the end of the path. It is now time to say farewell to your spirit companion and know that you are always loved and protected by universal love. You see the doorway in front of you, and you turn and take one last look at the mountain and see how far you have traveled, what you have achieved. Enter through the door and ensure it is closed behind you, and begin to become aware of your material surroundings. Begin to notice your breath once again, and find yourself back in your room once more. I would also like to add that this is a meditation practice that helps individuals release any negativity. Try implementing this method into your life at least once a week for the next several weeks to release negativity and heighten your own spiritual connection and gifts. Thank you so much for joining me, and once again, my name is Darren Foster from InTheTreesHealing.com, wishing you all the very, very best.